So there are certain games that I would love to see show up on the Switch, and these are just kind of my opinion games. They mean a lot to me. They pass games, some that are not even thought of right now for whatever reason. Majority of them have come out on other platforms, and I would love to see them come out on, pardon me, on the Switch. One of them, I love this game to death. I've played it on everything from the Vita to the 360 when it first came out, to the Wii U, and its horrible controlling. I would love to see it on the fucking Switch. I would love to see this game on the Switch, and I would own it, and no questions asked. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Again, it's been on everything. It's been on everything. From PS3, 360s, Wii U, Vitas. It's been on everything, except for the 3DS. I would buy it again. I really would. I love Need for Speed Most Wanted. This is the worst version of the game, however. The Wii U is the worst version of the game. The handling on it sucks. No matter what I do, if I play with the gamepad or if I play with the Pro Controller, it sucks so bad. But I would love to see them take their time and come out with it on the Switch. I think it would do really well. That's my opinion. Don't judge me for that. That's just my opinion because I love Most Wanted, okay? Now, again, this is the worst copy of it, okay? I've played it on the Vita and it handled well. I played it on a 360 and it handled like a dream. This one was pure shit, okay? That is, again, you're talking to someone who played it across all of them, every version of them, and the Wii U handles the worst, okay? Now, that game aside, I would also love to see the Golden 3 of the Wii. Yes, Pandora's Tower, Xenoblade Chronicles, and The Last Story. I would love to see every one of these games get ported over to the Switch. Because they came out, they were the last 3 games to actually be released during the Wii's lifespan. And due to the fact that a lot of people didn't really play the Wii for the gaming aspect, they had it for a collector's piece or for party games or whatever the reason may be. It wasn't really their gaming machine of choice. I feel like now they could release these games and it would reach a very much broader audience, which brings me to my next game. Fragile Dreams. Farewell Ruins of the Moon. I want to make sure I said that right. This game right here is made by Xseed. Xseed is going to be, you saw one earlier, Pandora's Tower. Let me break my copy of Pandora's Tower real quick. Xseed is one of my favorite companies because every time I see one of their games, I end up buying it, and I've never heard of it, and I end up loving it. I end up playing the total fuck out of it. Like, I just can't put it down. Just to show you what I mean, here's an Xseed game right here. It'll say Marvelous here, but it says Xseed on the side. I can't pronounce this game. I play the shit out of it. I haven't played it in a while, but I played the shit out of it. Corpse Party here is Xseed. I played the shit out of it too. Okay. Just to give you kind of a heads up of what I'm talking about. They have a lot of really good titles, and I'm looking down here for another Xseed game. I know I bought another one. I just can't figure out what the fuck title of it was. I think it's this one. Is it? No, it's not this one. What the fuck was the title of that damn game? Shit. I know I bought it. It's a weird game. It's something to do with maidens. Lord, here it is. Lord of Magna, I don't know, Made in Heaven is Xseed as well. I always end up loving these games, and they're always real anime-like, and they have a really deep story, or have a really weird story, I should say. And they always end up being really well. That's what's really good about them. They always end up being really well, and they're normally RPGs. Now, this one isn't. This isn't an RPG, it's a fighter. But that aside, they're usually RPGs, but they're usually anime, and they're very over the top, and really good. So, don't be surprised if I say a lot of Xseed games, but they're really well. Okay, I would love to see a lot more Xseed on the Switch. That's just me, okay? Now, these are not XC games. These are just my personal preferences. I want to see, and these aren't even out. These I don't think have any intentions of coming out. I think the developers decided to say fuck it to these franchises. The Conduit 3. I have the Conduit 1 and 2 special editions, art books, and everything. I love the Conduit. I think that game was incredible. It had a very small online community. Switch could turn that around. With the way the Switch is, going right now, I think it's time for the Conduit to make a comeback. You could bundle the first one and second one together. You could bundle the first two together again and sell those and see if it would be time to make the third one. I think it would do really well with this. Of course, I also could be very wrong, but I enjoyed the Conduit when it was on the Wii. I would love to see Curse Mountain too. But I also like Curse Mountain. I griped about the fact that the Switch doesn't have a camera, and the only reason I think that's fucked up is because you missed out on a very good opportunity for Fatal Frame. I believe would be number 6 by this point. But it's not all bad. You could still have a Fatal Frame. It just wouldn't be as good considering Spirit Camera used the camera on the 3DS. So it wouldn't be as good as that. But I would still love to see one. Another game that I would love to see is one that I have on my 3DS. It started on the DS called Demenum. Demenum had 2 games. They were very twisted. They were very dark. They are first-person views. First-person game. They're not first-person shooters. They're just first-person views. It's all first-person. They're very twisted for a Nintendo game. These were M-rated titles, and I would love to see this show up on the Nintendo Switch. Not the DS version. I would love to see a third installment from this. We got Vaccine. We got... What else did we get? We got Resident Evil, Revelations 1 and 2, Doom. Let us get Demenum 3 out there. Let us see that. I would love to see the return of 1080 as well. 1080 snowboarding. I love 1080 from the Nintendo 64. In fact, I still play it every once in a while. I own it. I own Avalanche. I would love to see... I thought the Wii would have been the return of 1080. From the quiet and silent death of 1080 Avalanche. I figured the Wii would have made the most noise. With all the motion controls and that Wii Fit board. I was like, they're going to make 1080... the shit again, and it's going to be insane this time. And they didn't do a damn thing. And then the Wii U came out, and I was like, they got to do something with 1080 now. They got to. And they didn't do anything. And I'm like, they got to do something, man. 1080 is just dying to come back because SSX has been dominating snowboarding from what I've seen. And I'm sick of that game. I'm ready for 1080 to come back. We need something else. What else? Seems like there was something else. Oh, Grand Theft Auto 3. Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. I would love to see all those games. I know those are Rockstar, those are not first party, but a lot of these aren't first party as well. I would love to see all those games. Shadow Hearts. Who ever played this game here? Shadow Hearts. This game was incredible. I know that is a pipe dream, but Shadow Hearts on the PS2 was insanity. It was great. I would love to see that game get updated to today's graphics. And on the Switch, that would be great. It's a great game. I would love to see a Mega Man 64, like a Mega Man Legends game. I know it's not going to happen because Capcom just doesn't want to do it, but I would love to see that. I would love to see Assassin's Creed 2 come over to the Switch. I don't care about the rest of the Ezio collection. I'm sorry if that offends somebody. I just like Assassin's Creed 2. I think it's the best Assassin's Creed out there. I plugged in a lot of time with that game, and I love it, okay? I love the Assassin's Creed 2 game to death. I memorized pretty much everything to do with that game, and that one to me is my favorite one. I would love to see that game come over to the Switch. Again, this is just games that are my opinion that should come over. Yours may vary, but these are all games. And like I said, the biggest one, the biggest game to me that needs to come out, regardless of what system. This doesn't have to be Switch related, but it needs to come out. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 3. I've been dying to see this game. I even had a hashtag Force Unleashed 3. Where are you at? For a minute, and I've ever since I beat the second one, I'm like, we need a third one. I played and beat 1 and 2. I played and beat 1 and 2, and been wanting a third one since I beat the second one. If it came out on Switch, I would buy it the very first day. Um, if it was on Xbox, I'd buy it on Xbox. Hell, I'd buy multiple copies of this game just because I want it that bad. Okay. Um, Again, like I said, this can vary from you to each person. But I would love to see these games come to Switch. I love these games to come out in general. It doesn't have to be on Nintendo. It could be on anything. A lot of these franchises have disappeared or have gone just untouched for years, it seems like. And it's time for them to come back. I thought Cursed Mountain was really good. I thought The Last of Us didn't get as much recognition as it could have because it was on Nintendo Wii. And a lot of people didn't just game on Nintendo Wii. They just had it to have it. And now that the Switch has a lot of people playing on it and they're actually playing on it, I think it's time for The Last Story and Pandora's Tower to, get reintroduced because it can get the recognition it deserves, you know. And not everybody be like, oh, Pandora's Tower is just a ripoff of God of War. It's not. It's not a ripoff of God of War. It's not even the same type of gameplay. I hate when people do that. Oh, just because this guy throws a chain, it's like Kratos. No, it's really not. So there's a bunch of games out there. These are just the games that I thought of that I would like to see get relaunched, rather, than just remaster them. I just like to see them get them relaunched. And I thought, hey, why not just talk about them real quick? And you can tell me down in the comment section what you would like to see. And my last one is the biggest one that I even made a video about it. It's Resident Evil 3. Everybody's super hyped for Resident Evil 2. Every Resident Evil has been redone. Resident Evil 3 is getting remade. Resident Evil 3 is being slept on. I think Resident Evil 3 is the greatest Resident Evil out of all of them. You have an entire city to explore. And with the way games are being made now, Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn, Skyrim, you have the ability to open Raccoon City up and make it a full-fledged city. Fully fledged, flushed out city. Instead of a little boxed area, you can make it a flushed city and actually have this thing be Resident Evil's Raccoon City. And make it like an openish world type scenario here and make it the greatest of all. And they're just sleeping on it. And I'm going to end it there. Like I said, I didn't want to go too into detail with it. I just wanted to give you guys some of the stuff that's been running through my head with what I think should come out versus what is coming out. And this is just my opinion. I think all those should come out. And I think I'd buy every one of them day one. I think a lot of people would buy every one of those day one if you gave them the option to. Regardless of what system they came out on. I think everybody would buy all those day one, no questions asked. Let me know in the comments, man. Have you played any of those games previously? Did you enjoy any of them previously? Or did you just not care? I will see you guys next time. Deuces.